Alright. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You already know, it's your host Ghosty. Um, Today I actually have some new type of content I want to try out. I've just been trying to experiment with how I want to do it. Today we're actually going to do story time. I don't know what gameplay I'm going to put for y'all to watch in the background while y'all listen to the story. I don't know, I guess I'll figure that out when I'm editing this video, but this story time is going to base around one of the most embarrassing first dates I've ever had. Not only that, but I do think it's probably my worst first date I've ever had. I've had a few dates in my life. Um, and I don't know. This one just best way I can describe it is, the best way I can just tell you is just stay tuned in the video and you'll learn why. But I'm gonna go over a little bit of background info. That way y'all aren't lost and y'all can have like a insight on when I reference things. So, uh, we're going to refer to the girl as M, due to privacy reasons. Like, I don't want to explicitly state her name or her being harassed or anything. But I met M during my junior year of high school, the first semester, which was in the fall of, I believe, 2021. Hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah, 2021. It's in the fall of 2021. And we had chemistry together. Like, literally, we had chemistry class together. For some reason, she always, like, stood out to me. I'm not entirely too sure why. But, eventually, I just got a number from one of my buddies. I was like, she's pretty cute. I'm gonna just start talking to her. And if she's feeling me, this and that. Well, I kind of got friend zoned for a little while. Yeah, I managed to get out of the friend zone, but I by the pure fucking luck of God, if I'm being completely honest. But we were talking for like months, and it was just going nowhere. And eventually, I just grew a pair of balls, and I was like, "Hey, like I really like you, and I want to be more than friends. Can we just go out on a date?" And she agreed. So really, just to give you a heads up, I really don't talk to her anymore after this date. That's how bad and embarrassed I was, and how awkward the date was. Which we'll get into the details of that. It's no hate between me and her. I hope we're still on good terms. Like, she was a good friend of mine. You know, if I do get into contact with her in the future and you see this video, no hate, please, no hate. Um, but at this time, this is around May, early May. I just left my bowling alley job. Jesus, I butchered that like so many times. But I just left that job and I went to go work at my local golf course. It's a little bit closer to my house, and it's relatively. I like working outside. It's about to be summer. I'd rather be outside doing stuff. Biggest fucking regret of my life, dude. Biggest fucking regret. And that's like the golf course era is just a whole nother fucking story time, dude. Like, it'd have to be multiple fucking parts, and I would actually have to write a script for it. Like, that's how fucking long and how much drama went down me working there. I only stayed there for probably about a month and a half. Um, so, but anyway, I was working at the golf course as a cart boy. If you don't know, cart boys are the they're referred to as the boys or girls who clean up and wash the golf carts, as well as like take the trash out around the course and everything else. So pretty much it was my job to take out trash on the course, clean up the carts, um, make sure all tires are aired up, make sure there's sand in the back of them, make sure there's no like beer cans or any trash in them, put new scorecards and pencils on them, simple stuff like that, and collect the keys and turn the keys back in at the end of the night, lock up the cart barn and everything like that. So it was an easy job, more or less, but there'd be some nights where I'm there till like fucking from like 1 to 12, and there'd be some days where I'm there from like 4 to 8. Like that shit's just you never really got a good grasp on how many hours you're gonna get in, and you wanted long hours, but at the same time you didn't because people will fucking drag your life on. Not only that, there's like when you work at a golf course, there's a lot of alcohol involved, a lot of drunks that roam around. So really, it's best if you just have some earbuds with you, play your favorite playlist, or listen to the podcast, while you're fucking at work. Like, I was listening to fucking Joe Rogan for 3 to 4 hours on end during the shift. That's how fucking boring it was. Like, there was no other thing. Like, if I didn't have any carts to wash and I've already taken out trash, I'm gonna be in that cart barn just sweeping while fucking listening to Joe Rogan, bro. Like, that's how fucking boring of a job it was. It was an easy job, but boring as hell. But anyway, let's get back to the story. Um, let's see. This job, at this time in the job, I was still early on in it. I had a buddy that started working with me. Nug. If you watch my other videos, that's the main guy I play with on Warzone. But Nug, he wanted a job up there with me, so I put him on, because I mean they were paying all right. Um, and so it'd be easier instead of me working fucking 40 hours a week. Me and him could split it up with another guy that worked there and probably get about 15, 20 hours in a piece. And that isn't too bad, especially you getting paid weekly. That's bringing home about. I can't actually give the estimate of how much they pay, so it's bringing in a decent bit though. It's not the best paying job, but it brought home a decent bit. So on May 6th, I'd actually texted them, and told her like, hey, I want to take our relationship up a step further. Do you want to go out and date? She agreed, and we agreed upon that we would go on May 9th, which was a Saturday. I was off that Saturday for some reason from the golf course. Um, and another thing with the golf course is they would usually call me in to help out if they got slammed, and it was a bad habit of them always calling me in and no other cart boy. Regardless if I was supposed to work later that day or not, they'd always call me in to help out for a few hours. And at this time, I had that mentality. I was like, fuck it. More hours equals more money. You know, do not ever have that mindset. Have the mindset to make money, but don't have the mindset to come in more hours than you already should when you're already working a decent bit of hours. You know, because especially when you're still a teenager, you got other stuff to worry about. You're like 15 through 18, you're wanting to get a girlfriend or you're wanting to find a boyfriend. You're wanting to live a life. All right, do that. Live your life, have fun. But it was a Saturday. Like, anyways, flash forward to May 9th, Saturday morning. At this time, during this period of time, I was running on a few hours sleep. I was also doing babysitting on the side as well. So I probably only was up. I was probably up at like 6 a.m. with only like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. So, I'm getting up, I'm kind of happy because I got this date with him, I'm like, yes, bro, finally. Um, Flash forward to about 9, 10 a.m., anywhere in that range, I get a call from my manager up at the golf course. And he's like, hey, dude, can you come in and help out for, for like 3 hours? I was like, yeah, like, why not? So I show up, and I believe we're having a tournament this day at the golf course. I'm not sure which tournament it was there was a few that I worked that were really fucking slam packed with alcoholics and fucking stoners and shit. Um but what was supposed to be a 3 hour little mini shift turned into fucking 5.5. And I told him, I'd pick her up probably around 2 or 3, 4 o'clock being the latest. It's 3:30 and she's blowing my fucking phone up, dude. And is like, are we still going out on our date? Like, what's going on? You haven't texted me back. And, I'm sopping wet with fucking water because at this point, because I've had to fucking pressure wash the golf carts, and with the wind blowing and me using a pressure washer, the water sprays back on me sometimes, and there's a leak in the hose too, so it also spray out from the hose as well. Pain in the ass. I'm like, oh, look, sorry, I had to come in and do like a little shift up at the golf course today because they needed some help. I'm about to be on my way. Luckily, I had a spare change of clothes in my backseat of my car. You already know your boy has to stay strapped. Like, your boy is most prepared. All right, I try and be the most prepared for anything. I say that. There's some situations I'll never be prepared for. So, but for the most part, I'm a cautious person. I like to be prepared for anything. So, I always try and keep a spare change of clothes in the car. So, I grab my clothes in my car, go in the bathroom, the golf course, change, wet my hair a little bit, comb it back, that way I look fucking sexy as hell. So I hop in the car, and I start fucking driving. Um, I drive to her house, and she only lived like maybe 8 minutes away from the golf course. So, um, hold up. But, you know, 8 minutes later, I get to her house. She lives in this kind of nice neighborhood behind the fucking McDonald's and Subway, so that should just let you know. No, I mean, she's strapped. Like, she could literally walk the fucking Subway, bro, at any point and get her some food. Or she could walk the fucking McDonald's and get something off the goddamn dollar menu, bro. Like, it's a good fucking location. You got a gym to the right behind the fucking McDonald's as well. You got a damn grocery store and a fucking nutrition shop over there in the same fucking strip as well. Like, bro, you're chilling in that area. So, I pull up. I text him, like, hey, I'm outside. Come out when you're ready. About 2 or 3 minutes go by, she comes storming out. Dude, I kid you not, bro. She is wearing these fucking denim shorts with like this fucking top. And she's kind of more on the muscular side. She worked out and stuff. Big fan of anime and shit. Um, and dude, she has some fucking like she just looked fucking beautiful, bro. That's like the best way I can describe it. And I'm thinking to myself like, fuck it, bro. Like, damn, bro, I cannot fuck this shit up. Like, I cannot fuck this shit up, bro. If I do, I'm fumbling the bag and I'm gay. Like, I'm thinking to myself like, if I fumble this shit, bro, I'm fucking gay. I have to be. All right, so I'm thinking that to myself. And what we had originally planned for the date was to go see a movie and grab something to eat afterwards. But I was so fucking late due to me working a little shift at the local golf course that we actually missed the fucking movie by like an hour. And, so I got the refund for my movie tickets after I went up to Cinemark. Bought them online. And, I complained to Cinemark. It's like, look, dude, I had to work. Is there any way you can at least give me like half back while I pay for the movie tickets? I'm not sure what movie you went to go see. It may have been that fucking Harry Potter or some shit that came out earlier. Or the fucking Fantastic Beast or something like that. It may have been that. I'm not sure. Fucking, because I let her pick the movie, I'm like that type of guy where I'm gonna pay for it, but you need to have an idea of what you want to do or what you want to watch. And he gave me like, I think he gave me 75% back, but he said he had to keep, like, he couldn't give me all of it back, but he gave me as much as he could. I think it was like 75% of what I paid. So I probably got about like $13, $14 out of like $20 I paid, and I got like 13 or 14 back. Don't know why. I'm pretty sure I got that dude in trouble too. So, dude, if you're watching this video, I appreciate you for doing that, and I'm sorry if I got you in trouble. But, so, and our movie theater was right side the fucking mall. And so, pretty much we agreed, we'll just get something to eat here and we'll go shopping. And if they do a later showing of the movie, we'll go see the movie then. Well, we go look around, in the basic, like, teenager stores like Zoomies, Spencer's. She wanted to look in Spencer's, I didn't. We went to Barnes& and Noble. Um, we went to H&M, Kohl's, Belk, Shoe Department, just a bunch of fucking random stores. And she didn't buy anything, and she didn't want me to buy her anything. So I wasn't gonna buy myself something. I'm just that type of person where if you're not getting something, I'm not gonna get anything. All right. So then we go to the food court after probably an hour and a half of us just looking around. And at this point, dude, I'm fucking starving, dude. Like, I'm talking about, I'm feeding for some fucking food, bro. I'm not too entirely sure what I got. I'm pretty sure we got, like, fucking Sabaros, that Italian place. And if we did, I know I probably got, like, 2 fucking 3 meat strombolis, bro. At this point, I'm fucking hitting the gym, like, fucking 4 or 5 hours a day. And I'm burning enough calories to where, like, I'm having to eat a shit ton of fucking food. Um, So, I know, and plus I was trying to bulk up, so I'm eating like double the amount I usually would, forcing myself to fucking eat. That way I can bulk up. And she knows the grind, like she understands. He's trying to bulk up. I'm not gonna say anything about how much food he's eating. And so I paid for our meal. It's like $30, I believe. Fucking Sbarro's expensive down where I live. All right, it's just fucking expensive as shit. So we're sitting there eating, we're talking. And one of my old coworkers from the bowling alley job showed up. We're going to refer to him as R. R, you're probably watching this. Alright. And I think I've talked to you about this like right after the date happened. I think I called you and like just told you how everything went. But M starts fucking flirting with R. Like, I don't know if I just got jealous or what, or maybe I'm just misreading the signals, but, she seemed more into him than she did me. And, R didn't know I was on a date. He probably just thought she was a friend. And he walked up, sat, took a seat, got him some food, and just sat and ate and talked with us. And I like, for real, bro, she just seemed to be feeling him more than me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, bro, like, man, what the hell? I was like, I didn't want to call R. I didn't want to be rude to R. I know R wasn't doing it intentionally. And I'm like, fuck, bro, like, what the hell? And then eventually, we go back into Zoomies because I was friends with one of the managers. I don't know if they still work there or not. I haven't been there for a while. But I was friends with a few of the workers in there and the manager. And, she decided when we went back into Zoomies after we ate, she found something she liked. I bought it for her. And then I found something I liked and I bought it for myself. And while all this is happening, R is still talking to her. And then, like, he's talking to me. It's just like three friends that are having fun. Except R is kind of like technically third wheeling, and it's me and him are, trying to, figure out whether or not we want a relationship with each other. So, eventually it starts getting kind of late. It's like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'm just not feeling the day anymore. I'm not feeling the date. I don't want to go see a movie. And I'm like, look, R, it's good seeing you, bro. I'll call you when I get home and we can play something. But I need to take her home. I don't want her parents to spaz or anything. I just pulled out her parents might trip if I don't get her home by a certain time. So we get back in the whip. We get back in the Pimp Mobiles, what me and the boys refer to it as. It's a white fucking Buick. It's the longest shit, bro. But it's like one of them XL editions. So it's like has the AC and the heating in the back. And it's pretty fucking spacious and comfy, leather interior and everything. So I could easily take a bitch in the back seat, leather interior and everything. And fucking, so we're driving and we're going back to her house. And the speed limit's like 45. And she like called me out for going like 47. And her 45, she was like, you're speeding. Like, slow down. And I was like, okay. Like, maybe she's not comfortable going at high speeds. So I slowed down back to 40. And then she, she was like, alright, now you're driving like my grandmother. I was like, okay. So I just speed up 45, set the cruise control. And I'm like, alright, whatever. She may be grumpy, maybe this and that. We get back to her house, I pull in her driveway, I park. Her parents aren't gonna be home for another few hours, because they own their own fucking shop. And I'm just talking to her, having a normal conversation. And oh my god, I fucking forgot to mention this. This girl is a year younger than me. So at this time, I just turned 17, and I believe she just turned 16. And I usually don't go for younger girls, and I'll explain that more or less at the end of the video. I usually go for older girls, but I'll explain the reason why I don't usually like to go for younger girls. So, but anyway, back to the story. But me and her in her driveway, and I'm not sure all we all talked about. I know we started talking about some new animes and Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan for sure, dude. Attack on Titan was fucking blowing up. I think this was season 4, part 2. It just ended or is getting close to ending, and everyone's like wondering if the ending was actually gonna be in this part, or if they're gonna pull out a fucking anime movie or an anime only ending. Like they were just like everyone was fucking just talking about AOT at this time, and me and her talking about it, this and that, and she noticed I had my ears pierced, and she noticed I had an earring in. Just noticed this now, and I'm like, okay. Well, it seems like, I'm thinking in my back in my head, like, kind of like a bitch remark. I didn't say it, but I was thinking, I was like, okay, wow, you just now noticing I got my ears pierced? Like, the fuck? I think I was just angered with how the date went. You know, reality, I expected the date to go way better than what it did. Um, but fucking, and she starts talking to me about piercings, like ear piercings, fucking nose piercings, this and that. And, this and that. And she grabs me by my, like, she does like a little grasp on my chin with her thumb and index finger, like pulling my chin down. That way, like, I can look at her in the eyes. And I get lost in the eyes, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it seemed like romantic type, It's romantic type shit. Cute fucking careless whispers in the background and type shit. And, we just sit there for like what seemed like fucking 10 minutes straight. Just like fucking staring back at each other in the eye. Like, staring back at each other, at our eyes and everything. Um, and fucking, she starts to fucking lean in to kiss, bruh. And, I'm starting to lean back in. And, I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to get a smooch. Alright, this date's going good as fuck now. She fucking stops. She just fucking stops. And she's like, I don't know, she kind of gave me like almost like a wince. Like she's in pain by what we were about to do. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, damn, like, what the hell? And she pulls out, are you sure you really like me card? Like, you just seem way too out of my league for me. Alright, and let me just go ahead and state this for all the viewers and people who may be watching this, and either now or in the near future. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What that means is, what people define as beautiful to them is different for everybody. Alright, so back to the story. And I'm like, I don't believe her. It's hard to, like, kind of, as a guy, it's kind of hard, especially when you're not acknowledged by a lot of women, to believe you're actually fucking attractive or beyond their league. For me, that's how it is. Like, I know I'm decent looking, but at the same time, I'm not thinking, like, I'm so fucking attractive that I need to date one of the most popular girls in school. Like, I never fucking thought of myself as that. And fucking, so, I'm like, okay, it's kind of awkward, like she fucking really stopped us from kissing just to like question me on whether I really like her and what my intentions are with her. And at this point I'm like, dude, this is so fucking embarrassing, dude. Like, what the fuck is this? And I'm trying to explain to her, like, yes, I really like you, like I'd like to have a relationship between us. I actually like you for who you are. I'm not saying like you're not ugly at all, like you're really beautiful, this and that. Trying to show her that I actually do care about her. And it's just not fucking, it doesn't seem to be having any effect. So I do the old trick. I put my hand on her cheek. I'm like, look, I really do care about you. We've been talking for months. Like, if I've been talking to you for months, don't you think that's a good enough sign that I like you? And, at that point, she was like, yeah, I just want to take things slow. Alright, that's the worst thing you could say to a guy. I want to take things slow. Alright. It's not necessarily the worst thing, but, after you just pulling out, like, do you really even like me card and shit like that? And then I want to take things really slow. After we've been talking for months. Like, we were probably talking for a good fucking just about 10 months before we actually went out on a date. Like, that's probably how long we were talking, like, texting, FaceTiming, um, accidentally seeing each other in public, hanging out at homecoming and shit like that. For 10 months, I waited just to get the card pulled out. Do you really like me? And let's take things slow. I said, okay, yeah, we can do that. I'm not trying to be rude and be like, man, fuck this. Like, I don't want to do this shit no more. Because I know this is going to sound cringy as hell. last thing you want to do is make a girl upset, especially in your fucking car. Alright? So, make sure your words hurt. So, just suck up to them. And, I kind of ghosted her afterwards. We didn't necessarily ghost. Like, I quit texting, she quit texting after this date. But, I'm like, yeah, let's just take things slow. And me knowing damn well, I'm about to just be like, alright, it's whatever. Fuck it, I'll find a new girl. It's like, well, that was current mindset. I was thinking after, I told her, yeah, let's take things slow. But, so we talked for like 5 more minutes. She gets out of my car. I fucking dip out back to the crib. Fucking call one of my homies and shit. And I'm like, bro, that was the worst fucking date with, like, I had that date with him and shit. He was like, yeah, like, how'd that shit go, bro? I was like, bro, that shit was fucking whack. I was like, I will never take her ass out on a date again, nor consider dating her ass. He was like, damn, bro, it must have been bad. And then he came over, and his name's T, or that's what I'm referring to him as, is T. T came over, talking to T about it, and he ended up staying the night. And we ended up playing around with this fucking Oculus Quest and shit he had at the time. And then I called R later on that night, and I told him what everything was fucking happening. Bro, R is a fucking stoner. And I mean, this dude's fucking high as hell when I'm fucking calling him. And he's just fucking crying, laughing. Like, he thinks this is the funniest shit in the fucking world. And now looking back on it, like, I can see why it's kind of fucking funny. But at the same time, like, dude, it was just fucking embarrassing, dude. Like, I felt so fucking embarrassed when I pretty much got denied a kiss. Not only that, but, it fucking was terrible when, like, I felt so fucking terrible and embarrassed and ashamed of myself when she was kind of, like, making hints towards, like, my boy R and shit like that, bro. Like, what the fuck? And then, it's not the worst day I've been on. I haven't, actually, it is the worst day I've been on. Fucking, hopefully it's my one and only worst one. If I ever do have a future date with a girl, I'm gonna just be brutally fucking honest. I'm not gonna be fucking a nice guy and not hurt their feelings. Like, I'm gonna be brutally fucking honest. So, that is the story of the date. But going back, I said I would explain something. Oh, why I prefer to date older girls. So M is 16 at the time when this happened. I'm 17. Only 1 year difference. Alright, just want to clarify that. 1 year difference. And I usually go for girls that are a little bit older than me, like usually a year or two older than me. Because they are more mature, in my opinion. And when I say mature, they don't play fucking children's games, Like, they don't beat around the fucking bush. They get straight to the point. And trust me, I love me an intelligent woman that gets straight to the point. Always have, always will. M is an intelligent woman, but she's also childish to the point where she just fucking jokes around to the point where I can't even take her seriously, and it kind of irritates me at times. Not only that, but she doesn't see the aspects of certain things like a mature person should. So that's why, and that's pretty much all the experiences I've had with young girls. They're kind of all similar to that. So I prefer dating older girls in general, just based off that. Just because based off they're more mature, they're in college, they're trying to do something with their lives. Alright, they're not out trying to, well, some of them are out trying to party and they're still in college. But, I want an independent woman, I want a woman that can take care of herself. So as simple as that when it comes to that. Like, I've always been kind of more like an older woman type of guy. So, you know, um, that's pretty much gonna wrap up the story time about the date. Like I said, if y'all want to show this video some love, we can do a golf course era, and I could see about possibly having Nug join, and him actually being in person, probably in my room recording it with me. And, we could do like a story time on that pretty much, and we can give both aspects of our sides to it. But anyways, guys, if you want to see more story times or content similar to this, and if y'all want to see the Ooh, the Golf Course Chronicles. That's what we're gonna call it. If y'all want the Golf Course Chronicles, like, subscribe, comment, do the basic shit. Um, Going back, I want to update y'all. I'm gonna start posting some shorts on the YouTube channel. Right now, I got 3 posted so far. Each one of them just about has either 1,000 views or above. So we're doing decent. I'm hoping I'm gonna amass a new amount of subscribers here doing it. So guys, keep the steady support. I appreciate y'all. Even if y'all view it and share it or comment, it makes my day. Makes me want to know that y'all are actually invested and interested in what I gotta say and do. So, like I said, let's do it. You can also check out my Warzone videos as well. I got a playlist of that. I'm gonna upload a Warzone video within the next day or two of me posting this. So y'all just stay out on the lookout. Alright guys, peace. I hope you enjoyed the video.